Our mighty general is probably right in the midst of the fighting. Indeed, he is. I'm not sure how I could extricate him from that, though. So what we'll do is we'll bring our cavalry over here. All right, welcome back to the war. Now, unlike how it normally is when I start off on this screen, this actually is my turn. I wasn't really sure that the enemy was going to stand and fight, but they are, so I guess we'll fight this battle in a moment. But first, just to briefly go over some things on the campaign map. When last we looked at Pashir, it was not good in the public order department. It was at 70% public order, and it still is. I thought I was going to have to move my capital back to Roman, but I actually have not, and they haven't rioted or rebelled, so I'm going to leave it there for a bit longer and hope the situation develops in my benefit. I am training up some more troops just to try and tip things a little more in my favor, but it looks like this is not exactly stable, but hopefully within our ability to improve, so that we can keep our capital at lest, and basically reap the benefits of the public order in the north, I mean. Obviously, Pashir is not reaping any benefits of any public order improvements. All right, and so that's it over there. Nothing much is happening in the rest of the empire until we get to the north, of course. I actually did decide before I hit end turn to move Golgo's army out to stand on the bridge. Now, the dwarves have not attacked him in that position, which is fine, but Angorodin also basically just had like a small bit of rioting, and then we were able to move troops in there, so no rebellion, everything is fine there. Plus, we have managed to hold the bridge against the dwarves, or presumably would if they charge forward to attack us, which, who knows, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Now, Gislik is approaching Northwatch, and he should be there next turn, so he'll take that in our first blow against the dwarves of Erebor. And I do think that is literally going to be our first battle against them, is right there at Northwatch. I don't think these armies can be there or get there in time to save them either, so we should be good in that regard. Now, the battle we're going to fight is Olworth the Legend is going to fight against this force of Dale here. They came from Lake Town, crossed the bridge, and just sort of stood there in their territory. So I decided to come out and attack them, and this is why I wasn't sure if they were going to stand and fight or not. So this is the battle we're going to fight. We do have some other troops that we can move up here to garrison Dune. Well, you know what? I think I'm just going to probably rename it to Dune anyway. So Dune. So he doesn't have to stay there. Oh, there we go. There's the name of it. Dune Ideric. But it will soon be Dune. And once he's defeated that force, he's actually not going to push on to Lake Town. Again, I'm still really concerned about the dwarves here, so I'm probably going to have him either turn around and like basically kind of stand over here to face them. So we'll have 3 armies facing their 4 armies, basically. Or, and this is something I kind of noticed, I could have him strike up north here along this road and actually go right for Dale. And that might also be a way of drawing away, enemy forces to different areas. And then once Ulasil, the legend, gets up here, maybe he could attack Lake Town, and Dale will have already been taken by then. So that'll then free up Olworth to then maybe attack Erebor or just fight other dwarven armies wherever they may be. Basically just concentrating my forces against the dwarves and to some degree against Dale. The elves did move, though just barely. They can actually move quite far. Like, I think this unit, or this army, should have been able to move, like, past their own settlement if they wanted to, but it doesn't look like they're actually moving very far. So I think my strategy of just kind of ignoring them, at least for now, is going to work out. Again, we'll keep a very close eye on them and decide what to do from there, depending on what they decide to do. Right, and I think that is basically it. So now let's just take a look at the enemy forces here. Fortunately, they don't have any archers, but they do have dragon knights and a couple of sword guard units, so that's a little unfortunate, plus a catapult, of course. But since they don't have any archers, I'm pretty sure I can send my javelin cavalry, the scout cavalry, to basically run around there and just immediately eliminate them. So I'm not too worried about them, but they might get a couple of shots off. And then hopefully we can shoot the rest of these guys to pieces as well. I think the Axemen of Dale and maybe the Spearmen should be quite susceptible to arrows. The Sword Guard and the Dragon Knights, not so much. We will take some casualties in this battle, but hopefully not too horrific. And then that'll eliminate probably one of the last strong forces of Dale. Basically, this force here and the garrison of Lake Town looks like it's decently sized anyways. All right, so anyway, let's just get right into the battle. All right, welcome to the battle. We're having to move our troops as usual because the deployment zone doesn't extend to where I want to put them. Enemy is over there. I'm putting my cavalry off in the trees over here, and I could have started them off in the trees, but didn't think of it. Hopefully they should be able to hide in here, basically. And then we can maybe get to the catapults, if at all possible. Those are the only units that's the only unit we need fear at the moment. Like, that's the only thing preventing us from just pushing our troops forward and starting to bombard them. They have no cavalry. Or they have, well, I mean, yes, they have no cavalry, but I'm more concerned they have no archers. They have no archers. Okay, how are you guys doing? Are you hidden now? All except for this unit.
Move, move.
Oh, it appears that they are actually coming for us now. I actually have the archers in front once again. Oh, no, now they're not coming for us. Right, anyway, I have the archers in front once again. The catapults are going to be right behind them, followed by our line of infantry.
Awaiting your command.
Okay, tell me you guys are hidden now. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Let's just see how the AI reacts to that decision. Please don't actually move your catapults forward. I would rather you keep them back away from the spearmen, if it's all the same to you. Probably going to move them to, like, right here, or right there, I guess. If I charge my cavalry right in there now to try and kill off that unit... They'll just turn around and stop me, of course. We could...
Cavalry.
Try taunting the enemy, basically.
Cavalry.
Great. And the axemen are now walking right back to protect the catapults, as are the spearmen.
Cavalry.
Let's have a cavalry unit go over here. Ah, and they're firing missiles. How nice. I assume they're firing at these guys here.
Cavalry. Loose formation. Move. Run. Cavalry.
All right, let's bring in our javelins over here.
Cavalry, quickly! Cavalry, with all haste! Cavalry, with all haste! Cavalry, move! Cavalry, hurry! Cavalry, move! Units, move at
don't fire at will. I want them to fire on the catapults.
Cavalry, run! Quickly, cavalry, with all haste! Units, double time!
Okay, use your skirmish mode and shoot at them.
Cavalry! Quickly! Awaiting your command!
Oh, retreat! Retreat! No, no, retreat! 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 Honestly.
Cavalry! Cavalry!
Okay, there's 7 of them left. 6, 5, 4.
Cavalry! Cavalry! Move! Move! Units!
Okay, there's only 2 of them left, and I think they've dropped the catapults. So
Units! Units! Double time!
go ahead and hide back in the trees again. Oh, get out of there!
Cavalry! Tight! Cavalry! Tight! Hurry!
No, 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 no! Keep going! Keep going!
All haste! Run!
Honest to Sauron. Why can't you guys just do what you're told? Okay, you guys can just retreat back. All right. We seem to have done minimal damage to our cavalry while managing to eliminate the catapult unit. Which is great, because now that means we can push our forces... Oh, goodness. For the love of Sauron the Great, what are you all doing? You're not in position. Okay, well, here.
Missiles! Units!
We shall simply push our line forward, and hopefully they will reform
Units!
as they ought to.
Infantry! Units! Unit! Mighty general! Quickly! Units!
All right, there we go. Are you guys hidden again? Good.
Units!
Basically, they can sweep in here and attack routers and such.
Units!
We'll have you guys just kind of hang out over here. You can walk over there. Winded, warmed up. Warmed up. Okay. But not too tired. Alright, but anyway, once we push into range here, it'll just be a matter of bombarding the enemy. So I think I'll let you guys go now, and I will bring you back as the battle continues. Alright, welcome back to the battle.
Units! Units, run!
So we did bombard them for a bit, as you can see, but they then started to charge either towards our cavalry, or were they just taking up a new position? No, I think they were charging our cavalry, because now they've changed their minds and are heading towards us.
Infantry! Units!
In that case, you guys form up over here. Archers, stop your firing and get back
Units!
here.
Mighty general! Infantry! Units!
Actually, we'll have the infantry push forward just a little more.
Double time! Units! Units! Double time! Units!
Cavalry back here.
Mighty lords!
You guys fire on the captain back there, methinks.
Mighty general!
Right, pull back over here. Basically, I want them to charge my front lines here. And then I will have my archers step out and start shooting them in the back. But I need them to sort of push in here in order for us to do that.
Units! Units! Mighty general! Infantry!
Looks like they're really kind of pushing on that flank on the left.
Units!
Okay, let's get these guys ready.
At the double! Mighty general! Units! Missiles!
Or actually, do not fire. You guys can fire.
Units!
Actually, here, we'll do this.
Units!
archers over here. I do see that there is a spear or an axeman unit over there, but we will let them hold for now. You guys get over here and prepare to fire in the backs of these guys. Oh, you guys get back here. I'm actually going to pull this unit out of line to basically assist them. All right, you guys fire there. You guys fire there. Our mighty general is probably right in the midst of the fighting. Indeed, he is. I'm not sure how I could extricate him from that, though. What we'll do is we'll bring our cavalry over here. Okay, charge in there. You guys get over here. Okay, where is mighty general? I think he's safe. Somewhat safe. Okay, this archer unit fire right... Actually, both of these units can fire right in there. And that should not harm our own men. Oh, wonderful. Now they're just passing right through our lines. To fight these guys here. All right, catapults, why don't you stop firing? You guys, fire into the rear of them right here. Okay, can we extract... Oh, wait, mighty general is right there. He seems to be fine. Okay, fire at the spearmen, since they seem to be in the rear there. Broken. Oh, routing. Hey! Archers, stop firing. Get this cavalry over here. This cavalry over here. Hey, who are these guys over here? Axemen, and they're withdrawing. Well, you know what? We'll try and use up our javelins on them if possible. Meanwhile, we'll have this cavalry actually chase down and make sure all of these guys die back here. Or at least as much as possible. Let's see. Definitely want to make sure that all of those guys die. You guys get out of there, because I'm actually going to just have the archers fire at them to finish those guys off. Oh, here. Kill these guys. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the same unit. You guys, run away. Run away. Run away. Otherwise, you'll be shot. You guys, get over here. Finish them off. What have we got? 7 men. Okay, run ahead. Run ahead. Want to make sure we get as many of the sword guards, and certainly those dragon knights as well. Oh wait, they're withdrawing. They're not routing. Get over here and continue charging after these guys. Okay, now pull off, and you guys pull off as well. Go get those guys. Trying to keep them here so that the infantry can catch up. Bring some more cavalry over here. Okay, go get that sword guard unit. Okay, charge right into them there, so that we can have the war guards charge them from behind. Okay, now cavalry pull out of there. We have caught them with the war guards. Oh, actually, go get those catapults. You guys get over here as well. All right, good. Go get them. Okay, you go get the axemen. And it looks like the other units have all been eliminated over here. Yeah, we definitely don't want the dragon knights to get away.
Awaiting your command.
Victory is yours, and no one can argue that it is not both well-deserved and worthy.
I agree. That was actually very good. Like last time we fought a significant force of Dale, we lost like 400 or 500 maybe. It was that famous battle. I can't remember the exact casualties, but it was a lot. Now, this force was not nearly as large as that one. I think the other one was quite a bit larger, but still, only losing 100 was great. Mostly among the war guards by the look of it and the warriors. Well, actually, the free riders suffered pretty significantly. Yeah, and they didn't have a lot of healing. You know, I'm really glad that I actually recruited those guys now, because we needed them in both of these field battles. The one we fought on the hill. Actually, we kind of needed them in the battle just outside of Dune. Now, we've really made good use of them in this battle, too. The catapults actually did pretty good damage. The archers did very well. Everyone did very well. I mean, the only unit that really suffered damage close to what they killed was this War Guard unit here, and I bet you they were the one on the far left flank that were basically taking the brunt of the fighting. I was a little worried that we had our mighty general, Olworth the Legend, fighting the enemy, but he didn't lose a single man in his bodyguard, and they still killed 81 of them, so I guess he wasn't as big... the danger was not as severe as I thought it was for him. So wouldn't that just be my luck, where the only man lost in the unit would have been the general? Like, he would have died and all his bodyguards would have been fine. All right, but anyway, let's take this back to the campaign map.
Sire!
All right, so here we are back on the campaign map. Let's see, what should we do about Dune?
My liege, orders?
Got this unit here, and just like that, they're already happy enough. So I could probably turn these guys around and head them towards Grasgard.
Mighty general.
We're going to gather, well... Oh, no, right. There's also the possibility of me just going along this road here. And, you know, the more I look at it, the more I like the idea, because then I could just take Dale. Yes, then I could just take Dale while they don't have a lot of troops, because I assume what they're going to be doing now, that we've obliterated most of their... well, yeah, I would say most of their forces, is they're going to start training up units. And so I think it's probably just in our best interests to just charge in there and prevent them from, like, really trying to train up any more troops while we take the last couple of settlements. Especially if we take Dale, and then what? It takes Ulasil 3 turns to get to Lake Town, so they could train up another unit or 2 in that time. Yes, I think that's what we're going to do. And actually, to try to bolster Olworth's army a little bit, I could, like, merge maybe the Free Rider units, and then add that Sellsword Axeman, too, just to give us a little more power against the Men of Dale here. Oh, actually... Okay, no. I was going to say, hey, look, they have a General's Bodyguard there. I wonder, do they not have one here? If I take Dale, will that eliminate their faction? But no, I see Bard II is in Lake Town. So we will not have a repeat of what happened over here against the Dwarves of the Iron Hills. All right, but anyway, it looks like that's going to be it for now, so I will let you guys go, and I will bring you back as the war continues. All right, welcome back to the war. So really quickly, we just need to talk about a couple of things down here in the south. We have Pashir, which has actually had its public order drop, which I'm expecting there to be rioting soon. But their population has increased enough that we can actually bring them to the next level of settlement, but it's going to take 4 turns. So, I don't know if this is really going to work out or not. We might have to move the capital back to Roman for at least a couple of turns, long enough to get this new building in. Because that should give us 10% more public order, just right off the bat from one of its effects, because it's 30%, but our existing building is 20%, so an extra 10. And then that should also bring down the squalor, at least to some degree. So that should actually solve our public order issues for a while. But again, 4 turns, so we might have to move the capital back to Roman for a bit. They're also having issues now in Ubisesh. Same kind of deal where I assume squalor is increasing while the distance to capital is, well, I guess lower than it was before, or higher rather than it was before. They're training up another unit there in the hopes that we can keep them happy. And of course, basically nothing is happening throughout the rest of the empire until we get into the north. Red Hall is actually the settlement that I would be worried about if we moved the capital back to Roman, because this one is the one that's really low and could very easily tip into rioting. Angorodin and Grasgard and Dune and Lonsdale, as you can see, they all have over 100%. So even if it dropped by like 10, 15% in each case, that's not a big deal, but it is if that happens at Red Hall. But we'll see. I'll probably let the people of Peshir riot for just a turn, just to see if maybe they could get some of it out of their system, and then they'd be happy again. But again, we might just have to move the capital for a few turns. Now up here in the north, Golgo, the legend, was not attacked on the bridge. In fact, the dwarves walked right past him to try and save Northwatch. But they will fail, because Gislik is going to take it this turn. In fact, this is the one battle... Well, actually, technically, there's two battles we're going to fight this turn, but I think this one is the only one that will make it into the episode. You'll have to wait for the next one. Next one is Dale. Turns out Ulwarth, the legend, was actually just within range to actually go ahead and start the siege. And of course, he has catapults as always, so we'll just immediately attack and take it this turn as well. Unfortunately, the Men of Dale were able to get a catapult unit ready. Hopefully we'll be able to take that out somewhat quickly once the battle starts, because while it is a minor city, it is just like Dune, where basically it just has the regular like wood walls and not any sort of like stone walls or anything. So we should be fine there. And yes, I have renamed Dune to Dune. It is no longer whatever the heck it was before. Dune... I can't even begin to guess. That's the second battle we'll fight this turn, though again, this one will probably end up in the next episode. Just to give... Oh, wait, elves. So the elves have not actually moved towards us at all. In fact, they just seem to be milling about by this city here, Erin Lasgalen. So I'm just sort of hoping that they continue to do that, and we're not going to try and provoke them by, attacking Emin Fuin or anything. If they just stay over there in their territory, we'll stay over in ours. Well, unless we need one of their settlements for, victory at the end, in which case, war it is. But hopefully we'll have trounced the dwarves of Erebor, and we'll certainly have destroyed the Men of Dale by that point. In fact, how many settlements do we have to go? 11 settlements. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8. So if we take every settlement like in this region here, we'll almost be at the end, and we'll just need a couple more settlements after that. Of course, we'll be far away from the elves at that point, so I'll probably just, whatever settlements are up here in the mountains will probably be where we end the campaign. Now, just to give an overview of what I'm going to be trying to do here, because the dwarves have just so many troops here. Once we take Northwatch and Dale, I'm hoping that the sheer size of our forces in these various places will prevent the dwarves from coming very close to us. Like, they won't actually attack, they'll retreat back. Because there'll be a full army here at Northwatch, there's almost a full army at Grasgard, and there'll be more troops there next turn. We'll have a full army here at Dale, well, minus casualties. but there'll be 20 stack here, and of course that's right next to Erebor. And then we'll have Ulasil with his army at Lake Town, and he'll be there in a couple of turns. So we have just this kind of wall of full stack armies sort of just surrounding the dwarves in this area here, and I'm hoping that that means that they pull back. And the reason for that is because I then want to take Gislik and have him run past Golgo's army, retrain at Angorodin. Actually, do I really need him to retrain at Angorodin? We could get extra weapon, weapon quality on these guys. which I guess would be nice. Okay, maybe we'll stop, maybe we won't. It just depends on how much of a hurry we are. Because then we can go around this way and take dwarven settlements basically just by going through the mountains here. The reason why I kind of want to do that is because if we just destroy their armies, then we'll run into a problem that we've run into in the past where they just train more while we're not looking. And so it would be nice if I could have an army just kind of wander around here and start taking some of these smaller settlements. Like that ones that don't really have much in the way of defenses. And then just kind of surround the dwarves as much as possible. And that way, once we destroy the dwarven armies, they won't really have a good base from which to rebuild them. I did want to just point out, though, when I click on Erebor here, there's a couple of dwarven units we haven't seen before. There's Dragon Slayers, who are incredibly a light infantry unit. Like, really? Are you sure? That doesn't look like a light infantry unit to me. They have 3 hit points. 3 freaking hit points. Frighten nearby enemy infantry. Effective against armor. Ooh. Ooh. Then we have the Dwarven Halberdiers, which that's not much better. I mean, they have the standard 2 hit points of the dwarves, but they can also do a shield wall. This is the first... Well, no. I was going to say this is the first anti-cav unit of theirs that I've seen, but no, the Hireling Spearmen would have been the first. But I think this would be a much more elite unit, if I'm being honest. Ooh, that's going to be a pain. I wonder if Erebor has some kind of, like, unique settlement map, too. It's going to be a pain in the butt to take it. But anyway, I was just pointing that out. So anyway, the plan is, again, to have this sort of ring around them in the hopes of, like, if not intimidating them, maybe dividing up their forces a bit, too, just so that we can not have to fight them all at once like this. And also maybe giving a chance for an army to, like, be all sneaky and basically go around and start picking off some of their settlements. Basically what Gislik is doing to Northwatch right now, because there's only, like, 1 unit there, 1 unit there, 1 unit there, and they're all like general's bodyguards too. Alright, but anyway, that should be everything to discuss here, so now let's just get right into the battle for Northwatch. And again, just a general and his bodyguard, so let's just get right in there. Alright, welcome to the battle. Well, to the end of the battle. I brought you guys in quite late because honestly there wasn't much to see. We knocked down the walls. We then moved the catapults close enough to begin a bombardment, and we actually killed the general along with most of the bodyguard. There's only 8 of them left. So now we have brought our archers in, backed up by our mighty general, Gislik. And we also have the cavalry over here with their javelins ready to throw at our enemy. But few of them remain.
Mighty General.
Actually, it occurs to me, I think this is Gislik's first battle. I think I might have had him fight like a group of rebels at some point, but I don't think I even showed that to you guys. One thing I did want to show you guys, though, was just the red dragons. That's not the red dragons. Here they are. I think this is the first time this infantry unit is in a battle, though they're all sitting outside of the settlement doing nothing, so... I guess it's not really their first battle, is it? Alright, but anyway. Let's bring these guys closer.
Units, run!
We are going to have the archers actually begin firing to lure them out of the center of the settlement. But...
Units!
I do want the javelins to be thrown as well. Only 5 of them left. Dang.
Missiles! Units! Mighty General!
All right, mighty general, get in there.
Units!
Victory is
Oh, dang.
No one can argue that it is not
Whoa!
well-deserved
Look at all those
and
javelins
worthy.
falling from the sky and hitting our own guys. Probably should have told them to stop a little sooner. Or at least the javelins. Alright, anyway. Yeah, we lost 5 of them because 1 healed. Honestly, I don't think there's much to say. The catapults killed a bunch. The archers killed a few. Despite the withering hail of arrows and javelins. Took forever to kill them. Alright, but anyway, let's take this back to the campaign map. Hey,
Settlement
they're
captured.
very upset, despite, like, basically no one living here. And despite there being, like, a full army here, too. I mean, I don't think there's any point in trying to knock down the population any further than it already is, so let's just occupy it, I guess. Then we'll have to look at public order. Okay, I mean, that's mostly unrest, and that'll come down. Well, I say mostly unrest. There's culture penalty, obviously, but the unrest will come down on its own after a while, and the culture penalty will too once we start knocking down these buildings. Also, we're going to put the tax rate down anyways, so yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. All right, but anyway, a nice, short, sweet battle to round off the episode there. So I will let you guys go now, and I will bring you back as the war continues.